Hello, everybody out there, and welcome. We are back once again. So, the topic of discussion this time around is Floyd Mayweather Jr. I want to talk about Floyd Mayweather Jr. because, number one, I've been wanting to talk about him, this particular fighter, for quite some time, just never got around to it. And now I have the opportunity to go ahead and share my thoughts. And my thoughts are that here is a man who is very interesting and a unique boxer. He is a excellent boxer. He's a great promoter and he's a well-rounded businessman. He's got a great brand that he has developed with a team of people. And let me just tell you, he and his brand are TBE. Let's just put it that way. They are TBE, or he is TBE. He is a father, and I see him as a humble man too, because he gets out there and he gives a lot to different organizations and communities and so forth, and he's out there. He's just building and doing a lot. He's a great investor, for a lot of different business and promoting, growth and all types of different things. So he's just a phenomenal, well-rounded individual. And I feel like someone like that, who possessed that kind of energy and just phenomenal way about themselves. These are people that who are so unique. These are people that you do need to not tear down, not criticize, but encourage and uplift in a way that a lot of people can really take from their experience and learn from their experience in a positive way. And I feel like he's one of those phenomenal athletes that we can actually get a lot of from. We can learn a lot from his own experiences and just sort of pick his brain, because he is very interesting, very unique person. And for someone to have the abilities and the craft that he has and just do such a phenomenal job in it is just incredible. He's just incredible to watch. I enjoy watching him box, and he's just, well, a lot of people say, well, he's not what you think. He's not a-list fighter, and they try to compare him against past fighters, and this is what I have to say to those people. What I have to say to those people is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is someone who, in this particular time, has done a phenomenal job in all areas of boxing. Promoting, the business side, this being in the ring and doing and showcasing his skill sets is just, he just is a well-rounded, all in all. He has the whole package. He has the whole package. And for someone like that, it's just incredible. That's all I can say. I'll just keep on saying incredible. He's just a very interesting and phenomenal person to watch. But to sit there and try to compare him with other fighters in the past, legends and so forth, you can't really do that. And I'll say this, my reasons for that is the fact that they were great in their time. There were a lot of rules and different things, standards that were going on back then when the different fighters, the past fighters and legends were coming up and doing their thing. They were great in what they did. And like back then they would go 15 rounds. Here we're only doing 12. I mean, it's a little bit different this time around. So for me, I would just say, yeah, Floyd Money Mayweather, and I say money because he knows how to make a lot of money. He is a man, somebody that you would call they would call a cash cow, because he just knows how to multiply the money and multiply it and multiply it and multiply it. He just has that way about him. So, yeah. And to try to compare him with a lot of these other athletes, it's just, you just, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't compare. I just keep everybody in their own area, of expertise and the different things, and I kind of lump it all with the actual air that they were coming up in, because there's a lot of difference, and if there were different things that they were able to do, I'm pretty sure they would have probably done it. But back then there were some strict things going on. There wasn't a lot of different advantages that they could take back then versus what Floyd could take advantage of now. So, and I think a lot of them have played a role in opening the doors, even for a Floyd Mayweather Jr. to do the great things that he's been able to do in the sport of boxing. So, however, to just sit there and try to put them up against each other and so forth like that I wouldn't do that. I feel like everybody is great in their own, and they're all great in their own time and their era, and here we have, Floyd Mayweather Jr. doing his thing and doing great at it. Some people were trying to compare him and put him up against, greats like Muhammad Ali. And for me, and I'm just going to say this, and some people may disagree or whatever, I don't really care. However, what I do care about is the fact that, hey, Muhammad Ali, he was in a class way in his own. And he is a man who was just better and greater than boxing, period. Okay, he's better than boxing. A huge humanitarian and doing great things for just human life, period. And so you can't put him in a class with all these fighters. You just can't. He's just in a whole nother league of his own. And so I would just not even go there. But getting back to Floyd Mayweather Jr., just his whole fighting style, the elusiveness that he portrays inside the ring, his countering skills are just incredible. The footwork he's just, you can't hit what you can't see. And a lot of times I look at some of his fights and he's setting people up. They think that they're setting him up, and he's already landed like 5, 6 shots on you, and they were precise and they were accurate and they landed. And he's getting out of the way while they're landing, and you're still there. So, enduring those punches from him. And so he's figured out a way. He's like this mastermind, very strategic, just like I said, in the ring, he's like a surgeon, this guy, a surgeon, doing some really just, man, I just look at him and see him in action. It's just incredible, the stuff that he's able to do inside the ring. And so, yeah, he's very crafty. And you can't, like I said before, it's like he's a ninja, because you can't see those punches that he's landing. You have to literally slow down the video to see those precise, accurate punches that this man is just throwing. It's unbelievable, and it's strange in a sense too, because you look at him and you're like, wow, how can he throw all these punches that fast and get out of the way at the same time, and the other opponent isn't able to land none of the 10, 15 shots that they were throwing. They didn't even land one. And you were right there, but you weren't there. So he was there, and now it's like, now you see me, now you don't. And he's just a phenomenal just athlete. And so I wanted to just say that and share that. I've been feeling that way for quite some time, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But this video is specifically to just talk about Floyd Mayweather Jr. and how incredible of a fighter he really is. He is TBE, and you can't make any mistakes about it. You know, go ahead, give the man the accolades that he deserves, and just uplift fighters like that, uplift them and showcase their talents, because you know we don't know when, if we'll ever see anything like that ever again. And while they're here, let's appreciate them, because he's doing a phenomenal job. And I would have loved to had seen some of his fights live, and but since he's retired, that's not gonna happen. So but I would have loved to experience that energy and that vibe, and just be able to see him in action, you know, up close and personal. It just would have been phenomenal to just be there in that moment. And but like I said, it's just I love watching, you know, fighters like that, and particularly him, because he's figured it out, some type of like mastermind there, I don't know, but he's got the timing. Like I said, his countering punching is just it's just incredible. The skills that he has in that ring is just it's just, you know, one of those things that you just have to say wow. Like wow, you know. So that's it, everybody. If you like what you heard, just punch the thumbs up below and subscribe. And I'm going to continue on pushing out more videos for all of you out there. Once again, one love, respect, and take care.